How are you feeling?
Right now, honestly, fine. I'm jacked up on all that caffeine.
But I mean, just in this feast,
The flu's not helping. It's making everything like 30% harder. So, it's like life's like a roller coaster. There are going to be moments where, like right now, I'm going to answer this negatively, but I don't want someone to think that's indicative of like, oh, every time you ask me this, it's going to be it. But because of the flu and the lack of sleep, I mean, I'm struggling at the moment. Just a lot of grinding. Um, a little happy because we just dropped the ending of Beast Game, so it's like a little bit of emotional high. But after this, I'm probably gonna go crash, be tired as fuck in the morning tomorrow, which I hate. Um, but yeah, I would say I'm on like the lower end. I could use a couple good days to bring the energy back up.
how do you think about mental health? I've heard you speak about your mental health before, and I read.
Yeah, I don't. Well, the thing is, here's the problem. Like, it's if my mental health was a priority, I wouldn't be as successful as I am. I mean, and that's just like a sad fact. Like I obviously never would have buried myself alive for 7 days, 7 days of solitary, 7 days on a deserted island, 7 days, blah blah blah. It's like being consistently uncomfortable and like being able to consistently suffer over long periods is like arguably one of the deepest modes. Like, there's a reason no one makes videos like me, like not even close, because no one wants to live the life I live. I mean, there are months where you know, I think there was one year where I was flying like 200 days, like I was on a plane. I mean, it was a fuck fest, but to get these videos done and I do everything, and it's like when I wake up tomorrow and I'm gonna be pretty fucking tired and feel like shit, I'm gonna go. I something I always tell myself is how you feel right now is why no one else does what you want to do or does what you do. And if you push through this, that's just even, more of a reason why no one will ever be who you are. And so it's like, I think being able to push through unhappiness and do things you don't want to do consistently year after year over the course of a decade is like the ultimate advantage. Like, I mean, I think we'll hit 1 billion subscribers, and I don't think anyone will be anywhere near close, because like, once you make a couple $1 million, why would you live the life I live? Like, why? Why would you not take weekends off? Why would you not just film locally, even if it means less views, so you can be on the right time schedule? Why would you not, prioritize your sanity and that kind of stuff? It makes no sense, but that's why no one else does it.
You spoke to Colin and Samir, two guys that I met recently.
Yeah, they're
In
great.
LA. They're great guys. You said to them, "I'm miserable a lot of times. I have mental breakdowns every other week."
Yeah. I mean, those have gotten a little better. Mental breakdown sounds extreme. It's more, I'm like, fuck, why am I doing this? This is so fucking hard. Because it's just a lot, man. You're just going constantly. It's like, what's funny is I think I said that years ago, but that was back when all I was doing YouTube. Now I run this chocolate company and we have the show and we have a couple other stuff. So I think the hardest part really is gear shifting. Like, and so I try to bucket these things correct. Like, if I'm on set, and I have a 15-hour film day, like ideally the things I'm doing in between filming are like related to main channel, because I'm in the frame of mind of that. And that's one thing that's really helped me not feel like my head's gonna explode. Like, if I'm in Chicago at the Feastables office and we're going through Feastables marketing, like, and then you come in and you go, what do you think about this bit for this coming up main channel video? Then I have to like shift my frame of mind. And then like that constant gear shifting, yeah, it'll make my fucking head hurt if I'm like bouncing around too much. It's also just very not core to who I am. I love obsessing over certain things. And I find, obsessing over things within a business isn't like switching back and forth between marketing and product in a same business is pretty easy. This is a long way of saying like one thing that's helped with that is like just really organizing my schedule in a way where it allows my natural state of mind to like obsess over a certain business, finish that, then move on to the next one. Whereas before it used to be like 30 gear switches a day, and that's just miserable. It's just not even fun, to be honest.
I heard Elon Musk, who I know someone you spoke about quite often, also someone that I speak about quite often.
Yeah.
I heard him say when he was on Joe Rogan that you wouldn't want to be in my head. And I think Joe Rogan asked him if he was happy or something, and he doesn't even like consider the question to be important.
Yeah.
So 2 questions there. Do you think the average person would like to be in your head? And secondly, are you happy?
Well, no, the average person does not want to live the life I live or be in my head. They would be miserable because you're just working all the time, and they would probably just ask themselves, why am I working all the time? Why don't I do literally anything else? I mean, obviously I'm not a robot. There are times where I'm like, fuck, I really want to play this strategy board game, or I want to do this thing. And I look at the schedule and I'm like, oh, maybe I could do that in 4 days. And the hard thing is, you really have to like be delicate with the framing of your mind, because it's very easy in moments like that to go, fuck, I'm like a zoo animal. Like I don't have free will. I'm like a little robot to my businesses. And like, and so you have to like be very careful. And sometimes those emotions take over. And especially because I'm a very defiant kind of guy. And I'm like, but I really want to do this thing, but I can't because I got to go film this video and I got to do this and I got to speak at this conference and I got to do this networking thing and blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, I think most people, when that feeling comes up of like, well, am I just a fucking animal? Like, do I have any free will? They would probably get very depressed. But I've been able to like work through those and just, I always try to, your brain, you just got to control your thoughts and be like, well, this is the life I chose. This is, you want success. You want to change the world. You want to do this and this. This is the price you have to pay. You should actually see this as a good thing because this is why, which is why I'm very diligent about how I frame things in my mind. Like, this is why no one else will do what you will do. And this is a good thing. This is what you are feeling right now is your moat. You're lucky it's hard. Push through it and you'll be happy you did, And so that's kind of how I try to view it. But no, I don't think most people would be happy living my life. They would be like, oh, let's just grab a couple $1 million and be happy.
Are you happy?
It depends what day you ask me. Right now I'm having a good time. When I had the flu in Africa sitting in a cage with lions, fuck no. So
what's your baseline? How would you describe your baseline?
Probably this year, probably so far more unhappy than happy. And it's just, they're just things you got to do that just aren't fun, but I think I really deeply enjoy working on Feastables and I'm trying to spend more of my time building it. The problem is it's just opportunity cost because I'm the only one who can be in front of the camera and film. And that's what's like brutal, especially with Beast Games, is I'm just filming so much. It added so much shit to my yearly filming, like doing this giant show on top of already having the largest YouTube channel in the world. And I was already filming some months, 25 days a month. So I'm just like, that's just the rough part. It's because it's like, it just all rests on my shoulders. And if I don't film, there is no content. Like the channel just literally ceases. Like if I stop filming. And so, I have found more and more that I'm finding more joy in entrepreneurial things and building businesses. And I do think I'd be happier if I could spend more time doing that. But it's just like weird because I could literally hire anyone in the world to do that. Whereas I can't hire anyone to replace me on camera.
I always wonder, with someone who is doing so well on a platform like YouTube where the algorithm's always changing, so many YouTubers I speak to say that they get burnout. Eventually they get like creative burnout and they just like delete their channel. You've seen a lot of it recently over the last couple of years where YouTubers hit 10 million and they just stop.
Yep.
Has that ever crossed your mind to stop?
Oh, of course. I
Really?
mean, all the time. But
Seriously?
yeah, but I feel like that's what half this podcast has been about how I don't want to do things, but I push through and do it. I think they're just reasonable humans. Like they, a lot of them are chasing a goal of like, oh, I just want this money so I can take care of these things. It could be noble things like retire my mom or just not have to worry about money. And then they go, well, why would I suffer now? I'm good.
When was the closest you came to quitting?
Oh, I mean, probably countless times. I mean, when I was in solitary confinement for 7 days, that was fucking miserable. I mean, I did quit a video. I've quit a lot of videos. Like,
no, I mean, as a creator.
I mean, I guess I never truly would have quit. I mean, my biggest thing would be I just would have quit for like a week and been like, fuck, let me sleep 9 hours a night. And like, but like I spent we did a video where we spent 7 days on a desert island. First time we filmed it, on day 2, I woke up on the beach and I had literally, I didn't know sand fleas were a thing. I had like 700 bug bites up and down my legs, all over my body. I was sunburned. I was like, a little bit of me was like, damn, am I gonna die? Like, this is crazy how much like bug bites are everywhere. And my skin was so red and I was like, couldn't see straight. And so I ended up quitting on day 2, which is brutal because you spend all this time and money and you have the crew out there and you flew out there and, it's opportunity cost. It's like, that's a 7-day window. We could have got a video and uploaded it and now we don't. Like it's, canceling a video like that is literally the worst thing that could happen from an opportunity cost perspective. And that was like, and you have moments like those and it's like, fuck, like